Walker here from Psychologies magazine. Here's our new issue. Suzy Walker here from Psychologies magazine. Today we are talking about what gets in the way of you creating the life that you really want. What gets in the way of you creating the life that you really want? Every Monday morning we do a Monday morning motivator with Psychologies, and we are powered by the Hoffman Institute this morning. Thank you. Today we're talking about a belief experiment. So many of us want to create a wonderful life for ourselves, to have a vision and to get really clear about what makes us happy, what lights us up inside. And what I want for you to do today is to ask yourself perhaps, why might that be difficult? What gets in the way? And in coaching, it's very much this idea around beliefs. What beliefs do you currently have that are currently powering your life right now? So what I mean by that is, if you think about, I believe that I'm capable, I believe I am a good mum, I believe that I am good enough. All of these beliefs power underneath our lives, power our lives. I remember when I first started coaching with my first coach, and I was working really, really long hours. And she said to me, what's behind that? What is it that you believe? I said, well, I'm not very good. I'm not very good at writing, so I've got to work harder than everybody else. Everybody else goes to Cambridge, had to come up from really posh universities, Oxford and Cambridge. I only went to Leeds, so it's not as good as those. I'm not as good. I'm not good enough. I had this whole belief system going on underpinning my my work ethic. So that meant I was working really, really hard all the time. So she asked me to create an evidence wall and pinning up lots of different articles that I had written. So Sunday Times and Marie Claire and blah, blah, blah. She said, okay, so if you're not good enough, why are these people commissioning me? So I said, it's just a fluke. It's just a fluke. She said, if it's a fluke, why have they commissioned you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? We had this evidence wall in front of me going, okay, those people have commissioned me 3, 4 times. But because I had a belief that I'm not good enough, I was letting that run my show rather than the evidence that proved that I was good enough, that I was capable, that I was clever enough. So for you, what I want you to do this week is to really identify perhaps some behavior that you have going on that perhaps has a negative belief underpinning it. So if you are finding yourself working too hard, or you're finding yourself feeling awkward at the school gate, or you feel yourself going into a social situation feeling not very confident, what is the belief? What do you believe about yourself right then? Is it that you're not as wonderful as somebody else? Is it a comparison piece? What is it really going on for you? What is the belief that's underpinning that? And if you can first of all identify the belief that's underpinning this kind of maybe negative behaviors, then it will help you identify what it is that perhaps you can play with this week. So I want you to play with a new belief system. So for me, to kind of boil it down, 20 years, I believe that I wasn't good enough as a writer to really create the career that I really wanted. And it was by looking at the evidence wall, all the evidence that's up there on the wall, to go, actually, I am good enough. And then to make the leap from I'm not good enough to I'm good enough. And to make that leap and then start to focus on that. What we focus on expands. So I started to look at all the evidence to prove that I was good enough. Okay, in that example, I had lots of evidence to prove that I was good enough. And it was just this belief that was running our show. It can be more difficult when you're at the beginning of something and you think, my goodness, I don't know whether I'm capable enough to learn a new skill, a new career change. I'm too old to do that. I'm not talented enough to do that. It may be lots of different things that may be running underneath, which will stop you taking action to create the new era of your life. So if you've got that going on, then how do you, if you haven't got an evidence wall to prove that that's possible for you, where do you start? So you may start with a belief such as, I am good at learning, and then looking for the evidence to show that you're good at learning. I can learn new skills. That's a great belief system for you to start focusing on and start building evidence and to build an evidence wall for yourself. So, a big wall, big black wall like this, cover it in articles or cover it in, feedback from a boss, feedback from your friends. What's the real specific evidence that you have that you can learn new skills, that you can create the life that you really want? So I just want you to, when my coach said to me, you believe that you're not good enough, I didn't understand what she meant. I was like, what do you mean I believe? I didn't really realize there was an alternative. I didn't realize that that was just a belief. So when we start experimenting with different beliefs, we can enter a new world. We literally enter a new way of thinking, a new way of being. So this week, for our Monday morning motivator, I want you to choose one new belief. And it doesn't have to be, I can create the life that I really want. It could be that I'm capable and confident to be able to walk in a room and feel good, for example. If you're struggling with confidence issues, it could just be a belief that you can start working on. And to build evidence to prove that is true, and to take one, bring it into the awareness, your old negative belief that's no longer serving you. 2, finding a new belief that you can step to, that you can start building evidence to show that's true. Either that it's already true and you've got all the evidence to prove it, or to start building evidence to show that that's true. So that is what I would like you to practice today. This is from Psychologies magazine. The Life Leap Club is available with more coaching videos. We have a coaching course every month. To join the Life Leap Club, all you have to do is subscribe. All of the details to subscribe are below. This video is powered by the Hoffman Institute. Thank you very much. Lots of love. Have a fantastic week. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.